So welcome everyone back to yet another Forest preview. I am so happy that I can do these now on a regular basis. And of course this time it is Huddersfield Town at home. And obviously our first game back in 3 months, 105 days to be precise. It wasn't bad, but it was also quite annoying as well. We drew 1-1 with Sheffield Wednesday. We were holding on. Joe Lolly with a fantastic goal. A brilliant ball from Matty Cash. That was such a good ball. It's so good to see two of our main men linking up and creating a goal. And it's just a shame though that we had to go and blow it at the end. But that's classic Forest. Labucci was kind of just disappointed, but he was also pretty content with it. And so is Joe Lolly. He said, like, it's our first game back in 3 months. I think the performance was very promising, which I think he was right. It wasn't incredible, but I think definitely we did lack our midfielders because Watson and So weren't in the team, which I don't understand why. We played Brendan Johnson, his first start. He did quite well, and Ryan Yates. Yeah, I don't know whether Ryan Yates is good enough, to be honest. I don't think he's good enough to start. I think, even though he's actually playing quite a few games, maybe a loan spell for him might be quite useful. To another championship club, or maybe even League One, just to get a bit of experience for him, and then maybe he might be good enough, but not yet, I don't think. But of course, this game, Huddersfield Town, obviously we lost the first game 2-1 away. One of the very few games we have lost away from home, the only other games being Birmingham and Wigan. So basically, the only 3 games that we've lost away as the teams we should really be beating, because our away form obviously is fantastic. Our home form is quite patchy, as we all know. From what I remember of that game, Huddersfield were being absolute experts in time wasting, without a doubt. They were constantly going down when they didn't need to, taking as long as they possibly could, which fair play to them. You know, they're gonna do that, but it's just frustrating for us. Wall got a goal back, of course, but still, it wasn't a good result really away. However, I think the fact that we're at home and also it's a team that we should really be beating, they're much worse, I think, than Sheffield Wednesday are in the current situation. We should be winning this one quite easily. Only we said that about Reading at home and away, and Wigan. Even Wigan at home, we didn't really win that convincingly. So I'm not expecting it to be that convincing again. And it's a game really that I think we really need to be winning because they're 20th. They're a point above relegation. So we've got to be winning this one. But yeah, according to my homemade fixture list, which I do every single year. And yeah, that's how sad I am. It was typed, as you can see. But still, obviously I've had to edit it for reasons we all know. But yeah, we have Bristol City Derby away. With no fans, that's just going to be really dead. Fulham, Preston and Swansea. And then obviously Barnsley and Stoke. Now Barnsley and Stoke should be instant wins really if we want to be getting promoted to the Premier League, for God's sake. But I think Bristol City is going to be tough. I think Derby, they'll be up for it. And Derby aren't even out of the playoffs. You never even know. They're only 2 points from, I think they're like 2 points off playoffs. Fulham, of course, will be tough. Even though we did beat them away, Preston will be tough. And we never normally do well against Preston. So that would be difficult. And Swansea are not even out of it either. But yeah, this game, Huddersfield, their manager, obviously, Danny Cowley, who was at Lincoln. He got them all the way from the lower leagues to League One. Bit of a weird move to go to Huddersfield. Out of all the clubs you can make your step up to, it's Huddersfield who aren't really doing that well. I mean, probably being offered more money, to be fair. But yeah, obviously Carol Grant, I think that's how you say it, saying that he's at a club in 20th. He's had a blinder. He has an absolutely mental season. I think he's got like 16 goals or something like that, which is mental. Let's have a look in fact. Yeah, 35 games, 16 goals in the league. And 4 assists. And saying that he was in the Premier League last season, but he didn't really play that much. And they've also got Mounier as well. I'm surprised in Huddersfield that they're struggling as much as they are. They're not a bad team. They've still got quite a few decent players that they had in the Premier League, but still, they shouldn't be doing as bad as they are. I mean, looking at this team, like they've still got Schindler. Stankovic was in the Premier League with them, of course. Harry Toffolo is a pretty decent signing as well. I didn't even know they had him. Jonathan Hogg was in the Premier League. Pritchard was as well. Kashunga. I'm actually really surprised to see that team struggling like they are. And obviously, Dear Carby won't be able to play, which is not really any bad thing at all. Really, let's be honest. I think Huddersfield will stay up, to be honest, but it's going to be tough for them. Them Borough, Hull and Charlton all tight, very much so. That made no sense. Stoke and Wigan aren't even out of it. And speaking of Wigan, Wigan actually beat Huddersfield in their first game back. So this team lost to Huddersfield. No, they didn't, David. And speaking of Wigan, this team lost to Wigan, okay, in their last game. That was a huge win for Wigan, but Huddersfield, that is not promising at all. The fact they're losing that and now they're facing us, they've got to be we've got to be beating them. You know, we have to. Now, I was actually watching a fellow Forest creator and much bigger and better creator than me in Dawn Tour. He was doing a preview to Sheffield Wednesday, and they're talking about who would like to face in the playoffs, and they both said Brentford and Fulham. And I agree, because Brentford and Fulham, we've actually got a pretty decent record against, particularly Brentford. We've beaten them both times this season 1-0. That's good. And obviously Preston of late, we have not done well against them at all. One of the few games that I've been to see Forest play, it was ages ago, before we had any of the players we have now, really. We lost 3-0 at home. And I think some Forest fans remember that. It was when Karanka first joined us. So we don't have a very good record at all against Preston, so I would not like to face them. Bristol City's quite patchy as well. Obviously Millwall battered us this season, so you know, I wouldn't mind facing Brentford at all, or even Fulham. You know, I think my opinion of Fulham will change, or maybe be convinced even more based off the game we played this season. But one last thing to do, my prediction. We're not a team that tends to score many goals, really, are we? I mean, at home, apart from Birmingham, we've not really won a game with a huge amount of conviction. I think Forest fans can agree with me on that one, to be honest. And Luton, probably, as well. That's one of the few games where we've scored a lot of goals. Leeds were fantastic in that one, obviously. I'm gonna go 2-1, or maybe 3-1. We might actually score a few goals at home for once. I'll be very, very disappointed if we don't win this one. Even a draw, I'll be disappointed. But yeah, that is it for yet another Forest preview. Next one will actually be out next Tuesday, because we play on Wednesday against Bristol City at, actually it's actually at 6 o'clock now, not 7:45. I don't know why they've changed that. And then there'll also be 2 next week. They'll be on Thursday as well to preview the Rams away, of course, without fans, which is going to be very, very weird. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed. Please do like and subscribe. And like I just said, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already, at rads_23. And yeah, until next time, come on Forest, up the Reds, and I'll see you very soon, boys.